The Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, is the foremost public research institution in Ghana, with 13 research institutes across the country. CSIR is currently governed by the CSIR Act 521, 1996. It has the Animal, Water, Soil, Science, Technology and Policy Research, Industrial and Crop Research Institutes, among others. But what has been the key activities of the CSIR over the years?
CSIR, we were actively involved at the peak of the COVID in the testing of COVID. We supported the Gucci. Currently, we have the facility to do it from scratch to the end. We've done some research in that area. In fact, one of the research objectives that we have now is to test the presence of the virus in effluent. So we have done that. We conducted that research where we went to the airport and sampled from the waste, and then we were able to even detect some of the viral strains in the effluent. We've done that at some communities in Tema. And the good thing is that we are able to, it helps government, or it helps us to be able to somehow predict which communities are likely to have rise in COVID infections, for example. So these are studies that we are doing at various stages. So talk about improved crop varieties. We always talk about those, but it's because it's very, very important for the nation. If you might have heard of Obatanpa, Abelehi, maize, and yellow maize, and all that. All those have their foundation in the research of CSIR. So those ones are there, and not only maize, rice. We are involved in plantain. So number one, all the food crops, we are there. Oil palm. CSIR Oil Palm Research Institute is the institute that is responsible for oil palm research in Ghana and for the production and sale of the seed nuts that we eventually get the seedlings from. And we've been doing that for ages. You might have heard of the coconut disease that plagued our coastal landscapes and killed millions of coconut trees. Currently, we have been able to identify tolerant strains that we are using to help to revamp or to bring back the coconut industry.
The Water Research Institute, under the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, conducts analysis into potable and wastewater and sometimes renders service for firms. The council also has a factory that produces water at Nankese in the eastern region, with one of its distribution points in Accra. The Food Research Institute, which is also located in Accra, has the mandate of conducting applied market-oriented research into problems of food processing and preservation, food safety, storage, marketing, distribution and utilization, and national food and nutritional security in support of the food industry, and also advises government on its food policy.
Water research, they are involved in surface water research, water quality analysis, groundwater quality analysis, groundwater systems. Savannah Agricultural Research Institute in the north, they focus on many of the crops that are grown in the northern savannas, so cowpea, millet, and so on and so forth. Talk about research and products for national development. CSIR, we are the core of all those things. It is very common to go to places, go to rural areas, and they will tell you that, oh, say bro, they are great, bro. Nobody will tell you that you're CSIR, bro. Meanwhile, we might have been the ones, or we might have played a very active role in that.
At the Animal Research Institute, research is conducted into the development and transfer of livestock and poultry technologies to communities, farmer groups, private and public organizations, and also to ensure the long-term food security of the nation. However, the council has been faced with issues of encroachment on its lands at Frafraha and Pokwase, inasmuch as the Greater Accra Regional Security Council demolished all unlawfully erected structures on the 200-acre lands of the institute at Frafraha. Its sub-office at Pokwase is also faced with encroachment. Structures have been raised on portions of the land, with other areas turned into dump sites.
The last few months, few years, I think the issue of our lands and facilities tend to rub shoulders with funding. We're spending, a lot of our time management to handle land issues, and that's a very serious thing for an organization. So land encroachment, land issues, destruction of facilities, and all those things, maybe I would say 1B. So I would take our funding and infrastructure and our laboratories and all other issues that we have with regards to resources to do the work as 1A. And then I will put the land issue currently that we are facing as 1B. Remember, the animal research issue, land issue at Frafraha is only a part of our land problems. Yeah. Where we are currently at the head office at the airport, we have issues with our lands. At our living quarters, bungalows at cantonments and Laboni, where our directors are, we have issues with lands. Our biggest problem, perhaps, with our land is the one we have at Pokwase, where we are bombarded left and right, front, center, almost every day with, let me say, interest groups, wanting to take a chunk, they want to take part, they want to do this. So land is consuming a lot of the brains that we have to use to do the research. There are others. Our facilities, we need laboratory equipment. Many of them are old. Fortunately, we get donor funds, and most of the time we try to include the acquisition of laboratory equipment and reagents and others into them.
According to the director of the Animal Research Institute, Dr. Ebenezer Ansang, plans are in place to develop the reclaimed lands to avert further encroachments.
We intend to partner with those who have the resources, the private sector and other public agencies, to do a number of things. For example, we intend to partner with the Ghana Health Service, the Ministry of Health, to be able to put up a hospital that has laboratories which can be used for the One Health approach. When I say the One Health approach, I'm talking about looking at zoonotic diseases that can affect both humans and then animals. So that collaboration, we are looking at that collaboration, and we will site these facilities along the edges of this 200-acre facility. We also hope to collaborate with the EPA to set up a processing plant for animal manure, to recycle them for fertilizer and so on and so forth. There are other private developments that are also interested in meat processing. We'll be looking at that as well. So we are going to move quickly to ensure that we secure the perimeter of that boundary so that this does not happen again.
Facilities of the Animal Research Institute of the Council are outmoded with very little resources to carry out its mandate. In an interaction with City News, the Director General of the CSIR, Professor Paul Bosu, called for more support for service delivery.
The scale at which we are doing it is still limited. We need more investment. We need more private sector involvement to be able to upscale it to the level where we can say that this is really an industry. So that's what we have.
Reporting from Pokwasi in Accra, my name is Ni Ayikwe Okain for City News.